You're more likely to feel lost when your life seems most successful.
We're talking about why you feel behind even though you've done everything right.
It's a strange fact, but midlife men often report lost joy, less satisfaction, more worry, more sadness, more anger than younger men, even when they earn more, they achieve more, and even own more. Now, think about that for a moment. Like, I'm a best-selling author and I have achieved, but I know that in midlife it's different. So let's look at it, and I'll give you my takeaway, my thoughts from the research a little bit later. See, you've worked, you've sacrificed, you've actually provided, and you have built. Yet somehow something feels missing. The research gives clues, and the first study we're going to look at is purpose across adulthood. Because here, researchers found purposes mattered more so than most men realize. You see, men with a very strong purpose actually age better, they feel better, they function better, but purpose often declines during midlife. But why? Well, it's because roles begin changing, careers shift, health changes, parents age, children leave, and relationships change. Some things end, and when important roles disappear, purpose often changes. And it can do so by weakening too. The study found that losing work, losing a spouse, or losing communication can reduce sense of purpose for men. Because purpose is rarely found in isolation. It grows through contribution, through responsibility, through meaning. Now comes the second study, and it's a surprise because middle-aged men respond worse to mental well-being than younger ones. Yes. Lower satisfaction is reported, lower joy, higher anger, higher actual sadness, and more worry. And so with that, researchers looked for explanations, and several appeared. Lower support, lower relationships, lower health satisfaction. And with that, greater job demands, greater insecurity, and more stresses. More responsibilities. Does it sound familiar to you? Well, you become the provider, the problem solver, the organizer, the helper, the leader. Everyone wants you. They're leaning on you, but fewer people support you. Researchers found that relationships quality, social support, physical health were among the stronger links to well-being, not status and not income, nor was it even titles, meaning that relationships, health, these things mattered the most. The real issue though isn't weakness, it isn't failure, it isn't even age, it may be disconnection from purpose, from health, from friendships, from yourself. So what do you do about it? What's the solution then? Well, you need to rebuild your purpose. And in doing so, define your contribution. If you're doing too much, cut back. If you're doing too little or not enough or not the specific thing that you need to do, you need to get into the middle of it. What you need, that is where the definition lies. And create the direction that you want to go. I'm not talking about going there. Just get to where you need to be to begin. Start on the edge of that start spot on the board. Then you go forward. And then protect your health and prioritize sleep. Slowing down in that way is better for you and allows you to speed up in the long term. Try to move more and move daily. This thing of a couple of days off, that's grand, but you're not a professional athlete. In fact, if you're moving less right now, you definitely need to move daily. And from there, you'll begin to understand how your body responds to things. From here on then, you can monitor your recovery if something goes wrong physically or even emotionally or mentally. And they're all intertwined together. If you accept that, you're going to build a more stable and sustainable forthcoming plan to go forward from that start spot. And within that, you can strengthen friendships too. That's really tied into good times. Think about when you were very young. You had friends. That's all you cared about. That's why we have pushed them, bulldozed them away at some stage in our lives. We've landed in midlife, and guess what? Now we need people. We need friends back around in our circle. So schedule contact. You can look forward to it. And then create the routines around that. These are your buzz times when you're having the fun. The crack in my land is what they say. And reach out to people. Don't be afraid. Everybody needs somebody. They'll wonder, maybe, why did they get in contact with me? Or why did they get in contact right now? But it doesn't matter. Try to improve your relationships, the ones you already have. Because if you can add it, like going into a second, third, fourth gear when you're driving, if you can add that intensity or that attention to it, people are going to feel more appreciated and give back to you. One way of doing that is to listen deeply and to communicate honestly, to be more open and even vulnerable. Just do it once with one person and watch what happens. Give yourself room to do that by reducing your overload, and delegate tasks. By even delegating to one person, you're having a relationship with them, you're deepening with them. You're saying, look, I'm giving this to you because I believe in you, and also I need my time back. That's being honest. It's also saying you're great and I need to spend a little bit of time on me. Here, you're helping me, so here it is. I believe in you, off you go. Remove commitments. If you can lighten your load in some ways and then concentrate on some things that you've already committed to, and look at strains and strings of people that are there that you can have more fruitful relationships with. Now look, if you're getting something from this video, please like it, please comment, good or bad, or even just quizzical question. I'll get back to you, and from there we build our own relationship, and that means we can help you, and I'll do that even more so within more videos. So if you subscribe, then I can help you deeper if you comment on what you like. Moving on, try to create meaning in your life. You can do this with all the people around you. Imagine all the people, 8 billion in the world. If you can get just a string load of people that will pull you along, wow, then you don't need everybody, just a few. Try to mentor others. If you help them, they will pull you along from the skill basis of what they have, maybe the weakness of what you have. And then you're going in a direction that suits you. Share your knowledge, because you have loads of things that you just think is so easy, anybody can do them. But no, they can't. Not everybody's like you. You're unique. Try to serve causes, things that mean to others. And if you're meaningful and honest in that way, if you're opening out and looking at it from the higher echelon, then others are going to come to you and want to connect with you. Develop mastery. You can do that if you have more time, less commitments, and more energy that you're pushing away in the first place, and pulling back towards yourself allows you then to put time into skills, or one skill, and then after time you can master it. You feel eager, excited, energetic towards that, and stay curious. You're not that old. In fact, you're only just aging, and in doing so you're conscious of it. Even by just watching this video, it allows you to go, I'll go a little bit further here, I'll go a little bit deeper. That's great. Because in doing so, you can build confidence, and with that, people admire that. No matter what age you are, even if it takes 5-10 years time, you're going to be better. Try to increase support, because I mentioned people, relationships and friendships, great, but there'll only be a segment of those that will actually support you. So try to drum up that support in some way. It only takes one person to be a great supporter. Remember that. So don't be afraid to ask openly. Say, look, I need your help. You're the only one that can give it to me. I was at an awards night one time with all different talented people, and guess who they gave the award to? They gave it to the person who could glue the people together. And they said, look, that's their talent. They don't play a drum or play sport. This is what they do. And so we're rewarding them, and everybody gave them a roundhouse round of applause, and it was great. Look, you need to prepare transitions, because perhaps none of this is going to come easily. It's probably a long-term plan. Putting one thing from this video into place straight away is listening to the research, hot off the press. Research works in incrementally learning from previous papers, from previous studies, from previous generations even, yes, decades. So one study, and there's 2 in this, you can learn a lot more from. So expect change to be a little bit tricky, but you, once you push forward, can make sure you're leading the way. Because if you adapt early, and by watching this video, which you've even come to this part of the video, you've already done that. So stay flexible, and it will reward you in time. Review your life. It's a big question, but what are you here for? Try to make sure that you audit your priorities. What is it from here on in daily that you're going to do that's going to help you and help others? And remove distractions. There's a lot of things out there that are being sold to us. We don't need them all. In fact, very little that we actually really need, not want. Remember, this is my takeaway that repeatedly showed within the research. The same lesson throughout is that purpose matters and relationships are at central to that. Health, your health, others around you, that matters too. And it's more than most men think.
Thanks for watching. Please like this video. If you subscribe, comment to say that you have, and we'll look after you.